Hello. So, hope everyone's doing okay in light of total shutdown and a pandemic, which is going to go down in the history books and is kind of overwhelming. But life goes on, right? Like, life is still happening. There are still things that really trigger me personally and other people. And tonight I found out, like, my second cousin tried to kill himself, and he's out of the hospital now. Like, he's pissed off. He didn't want to live. He doesn't want to live with, he's got two kids. I'm not sure how old. One has autism and a wife. And, mom says his beef is that his father, when he was a child, abandoned him. So I'm like, that makes sense because he's gonna now abandon his kids, his boys. And she tried to explain to me that, well, he just doesn't believe that he's, good enough maybe for them or something like that. And I'm trying to analyze, like, why does this, like, upset me so much in light of the fact that I might not even have a therapy session this week because I'm in Ontario and everything's shutting down. It's not like I do my therapy over Skype, but then her son doesn't have daycare. And it's really hard to find somebody who's going to take care of them. And he actually goes to regular school, and the schools are going to be shut down for like 3 weeks. So my situation is, my father died when I was 11 of cancer. It wasn't his fault. And so I try and shut off that part of my brain that is like blaming him because he couldn't help it. And I knew he was at home when we were taking care of him. And he was in a lot of pain. And, all the fixings of cancer, melanoma skin cancer, and similar to other cancers. So obviously, and then I go on my recovery forum, which is online. It's video meetings as well, intherooms.com. And it's funny how, like, you read what you need to hear at that time, because somebody posted something about acceptance, and I'm feeling all my tension, and I'm like, oh yeah, I've been in Codependence Anonymous, for like 4 years, like, as a regular person, going to 2 meetings a week on that site. And I still feel like, like a newbie. And I've even been going longer, but not regularly. And so when people say that, I'm just like, oh yeah, I just feel like, I can't get over certain things. But then I was thinking, well, my mom was telling me all this, and I was just like kind of heckling her and all this stuff. And if she had said, oh, are you still bothered, like, from when your dad died? I would have had to explain it. Yeah, well, I was in therapy, but, like, I'm better now. It's just hard to revisit that, because what my mom kept saying is like, oh, well, his wife would be so stressed out. She's doing this and that. She's the breadwinner of the family. And you know what? And I kept bringing her back to those kids, and I know that comes from somewhere, because often I hear people talking more about the adults than the kids, but the kids don't have that same ability to get beyond stuff the same way adults do, I think. It's just a lot different. And, there's one case of coronavirus in Newfoundland. That's where he is. And there's like 1,000 in my city. So I'm a little overwhelmed. Anyways, hugs, y'all. Virtual hugs.